Hi everyone, welcome to day 5 of 7 days, 7 characters. I'm Joe Dulude II, makeup designer and makeup artist. So, the character that I'm going to be doing today, I'm really excited to do. She is a fantastic character, and I have been a fan of hers since I saw this show on television, and she was always one of my favorite characters in it. And her voice was voiced by Mary Jo Catlett, who I love. So today, I am going to do Mrs. Puff from Spongebob the Musical. Now, she also holds a dear place in my heart because when I was first designing this show, I was having a bit of trouble figuring out what the design was going to be, and from what the costume designer David Zinn had asked me and the references that he had given to me, and I was having a little bit of difficulty, but she was one of the ones that I knew right away exactly what I wanted to do. She never changed. She's been the same from day 1 to today, so I'm really excited to do her, so let's get started. So first, let's start with our Skindinavia makeup primer spray. While it's setting in, I just want to give a big shout out to Skindinavia and also to B3 Balm, because without their products, I would not be looking like this right now. Their products have been so great because I've been doing makeup every day, and without their skincare, this would not be a sight to see. So thank you, Skindinavia and B3 Balm. So of course I'm going to cover my eyebrows because I want to do that for Mrs. Puff, because I want to get the right eyebrows. Okay, now that that's dry, I'm going to use my Ben Nye Neutral Set Loose Powder. Powder over. And then, with the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover in W1, I'm going to color correct my eyebrows. Then powder over again. And now we're ready for a foundation. So I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover in N3. I just have to pause for a moment here in the speed up. Now, I forgot to shave before this, so you can see I have some stubble, but look at what this Danessa Myricks does. It can coat enough to cover that amount of stubble. And you don't even see it. Love it. Back to speeding up. And you've noticed also that I have gone over my lips, and you'll find out why later on when we go to do the lips. So once you're done with your foundation, then just powder. All right, now I'm going to do my eyebrows. So, of course, we're using the Viseart Neutral Matte palette. And I am going to try this lighter brown first. Great. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker color as well. They're a little light for me. Perfect. So now I'm going to use the light beige in here, but I'm just using it as a base. Okay, now before I start the rest of the eyes, it's going to be really important for me to put some powder underneath my eyes to catch any of the falling shadow. Since I'm going to be using a bright color, I want to make sure that it doesn't mess up the rest of my face. So let's start. So I'm going to use my Viseart palette, the Editorial Brights, and I'm going to go in with this bright blue. Right, so you can see I kind of did a rounded shape to it. This is going to be really important. So now going in with my neutral matte palette, I'm going to use this dark brown and the pencil brush. So you can see I kept that rounded shape going on. And then underneath, I'm going to use the same brown, but just in the center. Okay, great. You can see I kept the same rounded shape. Now, I'm going to use the Ben Nye Lumiere Luxe powder in ice. So this is a loose, shimmery powder. Now it's time for liner. Now, you can use a liquid liner if you want. I'm going to use this MAC Pro Longwear Fluid Liner in Black Track. So now that my eyes are done, I can brush off the powder, and I'm gonna get my lashes ready. So I am using Ardell 600 Wispies, and I like these because they're longer in the center, so we're trying to get that more rounded look with the eyes, so having it just be bigger in the center will actually be perfect. So I'm putting my Duo adhesive onto my palette and my pointy Q-tip. All right, so while that's drying, we're going to start working on the cheeks. So I'm going to use my fan brush, and I'm going to use the red from the Editorial Brights. And what you want to do is we're going to make a round cheek. Once I've got that shape on there with the red, I'm going to go in with one of my neutrals in here to add a little bit of contour. Then I can go back in with my red, and then I'm going to go over it with my sponge with foundation. And then a little bit for highlight. Okay, so let's put our lashes on. Now that they're on, I'm going to add a little bit more highlight under my brow. And now it's time for lips. I'm going to start off with a cherry pencil from MAC, and we're going to do cute little pursed lips. I should say cute big pursed lips. Hold on. To fill in, I'm going to use a Pat McGrath lipstick in my palette called McGrath. Now here's where shaving would have really helped me. Because of the stubble, it's hard to get a smooth edge, so I'm going to take this tiny angled brush. And there you go. There's Mrs. Puff. I can't look at myself without laughing. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.